Welcome to B.B.T. Breathe, Build, Talk. And my name is Rotimi. Everyone calls me Sam, not as Samuel. In Yoruba, they say Samueli because in the Bible, in the church, they say Samuel. Ṣíwé Bíbélì yín sí Samueli, orí kìíní, ẹsẹ̀ kìíní. I'm a Yoruba guy from Nigeria, Africa, to be precise. And I'm here to talk about my first year when I wanted to go back home. Why? The reason why I wanted to go back home wasn't because it was hard for me to live here, but surviving here was kind of tough. It was kind of difficult. And there were a lot of challenges around for me that I couldn't think about surviving because a lot of things that I noticed and realized when I got here was really different from the expectations I had. So my reality was far different from the expectations I had. And the reason why was because I had so many challenges, not because the challenges were something that is not easy to solve, but there are times when you try to solve a problem, but then you just can't find an immediate solution to it. And so it overwhelms you. It brings you down or makes you feel down, not depressed, but yes, it's how you grow out of it and learn how to fight, challenges. So the reason why I said I wanted to move on or go back home was because back when I first came, I experienced renting issues, and I had to stay with someone that got me transferred to another place, and the place was really quite far from my school, and so it's very, very hard to juggle, moving from home to school. Sometimes you have to just take a walk. Sometimes you don't get to get the bus back home because it's peak hours. And in first year, you're so overwhelmed because you have a lot of subjects to handle. You have a lot of subjects to study. And that's right. And so I needed to find a way for myself to be able to cope with that situation. Imagine juggling all of those struggles with also making sure that you pass in the class. And I know this message might not be for only students alone. This video can also help people who are, working as well or trying to, do one or two things that will build their life. I'm not a motivational speaker, okay? But what I can say is that the things that I learned when I decided I wanted to go home was that it's better for me to stay because how would I grow if I go back home? There was no way I was gonna, grow. So maybe what you just needed was to stay for one more day. You understand? And you realize that deciding to want to go back home doesn't make you weak, or deciding to want to quit rather, doesn't make you weak because you are human, and human are meant to, feel weak at some point. We are meant to feel sad, are meant to feel overwhelmed at some point in life. So you just have to stay for one more day to see if things are going to turn out better. And so what did I do? When I had challenges with housing or rent, it's not because of pain, but because of, kind of people I had to stay with at that time. And so I realized maybe this place isn't just a place for me. So I decided to move on to be able to find a better place where I can be able to focus on my primary assignment, which is to study. And so I moved. When I moved, I don't know what, but I also had issues because it seems as if, the landlady at the time had issues with Nigerians. She's like, oh, you guys are too loud. You guys are too this. You guys are too that. But we're not really loud. We just had normal conversations. When when you have friends around, you make it seem like as if, you guys are arguing. If you've been in a gathering where Nigerians speak, where Nigerians talk and interact with each other, even with their foreign friends, it seems as if they're fighting each other or they're arguing. So I understand it. I understand that, I understood the reason why she felt that way. So I had to move away from that place as well because I couldn't just deal with, a lot of things. And so when I moved, I got to another place, but then it wasn't really my place. I'm kind of a picky person. I won't lie for you. But then when I moved, the place I landed really, really shaped me a lot into how I've grown to become a lot of things that I foresee, a lot of things that I wanted to do. And so before all of that happened, with all of the struggles that I encountered, and then here comes me failing in my subjects. It's funny, right? But then you can see it's quite crazy. And so I just had to call my mom and I told her like, Mom, you know what? I think I'll just come back home. I don't think I can really cope here. I mean, imagine moving away from your family, away from your home country, away from your town at a very teenage year, a very young age as a teenager. Okay. So it's a lot of things to do. It's a lot of things to handle all by yourself because you don't have parents, you don't have families here. You don't have friends or, people that your family can tell you, oh, you can go stay with this person or you can have this person to guide you or all of that. All of the things you learn here, you have to learn it all by yourself. And no one tells you that. That's true. No one tells you that. Everything you get to learn, you learn it all by yourself. You try to expose yourself, strategize yourself to be in places where you can gain more knowledge. Don't mind my accent. You can gain more knowledge. That Yoruba accent wants to come up, but at the fight time, no agree. Don't worry. I'm a Yoruba guy. So even if the accent comes, just accept it that way. So as I'm saying, regardless of whatever it is that, you feel you're facing, just give it one more day. You never can tell how things, and you're allowed to change. Trust me. When I was growing up, people say change is dynamic. In my junior high school, one of the advice our principal always say on the assembly is that change is dynamic. Everyone is allowed to change. Everyone is allowed to change, regardless of whatever it is. You can decide to change your environment. You can decide to change your character from bad to good, not good to bad, please. But you can decide to change for the better. Your personality, the way you dress, the way you look, the way you smell, you can decide to change. And that's why they say change is dynamic. And, you can just, you don't know what tomorrow holds for you. If you give it just one more day, just one more day, just one. If you give it just one more day, you never can tell what tomorrow holds for you. So this is my story for today. This is my word of advice for today. Thank you. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.